what I really want to know is, I'm gonna go my way, and I got to know, yeah. I don't know why we always cry. This we must leave and get undone. We must engage and rearrange and turn this planet back to one. So tell me why we got to die and kill each other one by one. We got to hug and love a dove. We got to dance and be in love. But what I really want to know is, I ain't gonna go my way, and I got to know. I ain't gonna go my way. Baby, got to know. Yeah.
He's got a great suit on tonight, too. He looks well dressed. On the opposite side bench is Dave Cameron, who's the head coach for the Port Huron Border Cats. Dave, a veteran of the NHL, played for the Colorado Rockies. That's how far back Cameron goes in the NHL. He was a physical grinder. Gregg Young and Freddie Scott up front. Freddie Scott with 2 goals last night. He has 4 goals in his last 2 games. And right off the draw, we've got a fight. Jack Gregg is going with Curtis Saylor. Saylor's holding on to Jack's arm, and Jack starts throwing some rights at Curtis Saylor's head. Saylor gets his right arm free, and Jack starts throwing lefts, and he connects on Saylor's face. Jack now getting hit with the right hand of Saylor, and the two are still tangling. Jack, who's got a fractured finger, now starts pulling the jersey over Saylor's head and just starts unleashing rights on the back of his noggin. This one is not even 4 seconds old, and Saylor and Gregg are still dancing down in the near side boards. Saylor's continuing to try and throw punches on Jack as they're hemmed against the boards, and Jack starts throwing rights into Saylor's face. And now Saylor, who's got the jersey over his head, is still trying to throw punches. Saylor now loses his jersey. Jack Gregg grabs onto his legs, and this one is over. Wow, what a tangle between Jack Gregg and Curtis Saylor. Fans may recall the Port Huron Border Cats and the Dayton Ice Bandits back on October 26th. And 11 seconds into the game, the straight up center ice, breaks over the blue line, takes a shot that Dirksen sheds wide. He picks up the rebound, does Freddie, puts it behind the net. It bleeds into the near side boards for Young. Young puts it further back, and now Boulanger and Gregg both drop the gloves, and Jack Gregg starts throwing big rights at Pascal Boulanger's head, and now they are pinned against the boards. Boulanger trying to get free, and he does, and now Jack switches up to left. Boulanger momentarily down on his knees, gets himself back up, And the linesmen get in on it, and this fight is over. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jack Gregg get an instigator for this fight because he started it. And he started it and he finished it. He just fed Pascal Belanger.
Civic Center. Some souvenir T-shirts going into the crowd even as we speak. A special broadcast of Huntsville Channel Cat hockey. Joined again by a former player that a lot of you Channel Cat and hockey fans in the Tennessee Valley will recognize, Jack Gregg. And we just spoke with Cosmo. You guys are still together, playing together up in Dayton.
Yeah, Cosmo and I are playing for the Dayton Ice Bandits, the Colonial Hockey League. We just got done with a 12-day road trip, and we got the weekend off. Lucky break with our schedule, and Cosmo and I decided to come down and catch a game and say hello to everybody.
What are you hearing from these guys? It's been the last few games have been really good for the Channel Cats. They've struggled at sometimes in this season. I guess you know the ups and downs that go with hockey. And
yeah, you know, pro hockey's a tough. It's a tough game. It's like peaks and valleys. You don't want to get too high. You don't want to get too low out there. And you know, you're gonna go through tough times. It's a long year, but it's a great city and it's a great arena. And the guys love playing here. And it'll be all right for them. They'll come around here.
Even though this is a young franchise, the fact that early on in this franchise they won a championship, that boost of confidence, I would think it could only help as the season progresses.
Oh, definitely. You know, it gave the city the name. You know, we winning a championship, kind of put Huntsville on the map there in pro hockey, and it makes a lot of guys want to come play here, and it's a good feeling to know you won a championship, and it's great.
All right, Jack Gregg, thanks so much. Thanks for joining us. Come back to Huntsville anytime. A fella who helped the Huntsville Channel Cats go to the championship last year.
7 seconds in the first period.
photographer to go with you? I might do that one for expenses.
I wish they would.
I've been to Pasadena. I'll take you over.
Here we go.
That's 9 team fouls on Minnesota. So on the next one, it'll be the super bonus. Here's Mills' free throw. Good.
Cameron, of course, his dad played at Kentucky for Adolph Rupp, former teammate of Jim Host. in their heyday. Imagine those two on campus on a weekend, huh?
And Rick Pitino basically telling Cameron, you'll probably not play at Kentucky.
I'm sure
you might think of someplace else.
in those days, you could probably find athletes. I'm sure Host and Mills led the country.
You won't give it up, will you? Here's Winter. He was already in the front court, passed it to the back court to Eric Harris, and Kentucky has forced the 12th Minnesota turnover.
Well, I know I get in your head once in a while, but Kentucky gets in everybody's head. I mean, how about the way they get it?